Okay folks, I'm doing this video on a wing of hope and a prayer. We're about to get a hurricane over here in Louisiana, lower Louisiana, and not sure if I'm gonna have internet due to Starlink up on the roof up here. Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot a video because it's due for a video. Kind of like I don't like to call them updates, but an update, I guess. And showing you guys that are new on board, especially the new subscribers with the shorts, everything where we're at current, up to date with the layout, how I did things, kind of just give a normal update video. Okay, so let's go out to the hobby shop. I love this time of the year, minus the hurricane season. As you know, over in Louisiana on the Gulf Coast, you get these badass hurricanes. Love the cool weather this time of the year, the rainy weather, but not the hurricanes. So I guess that's one of the things that we have to take in consideration, right? If we live in the southern states of America. All right, go in here. See if I still remember how to do this. Oh, we got light. Oh, turn the camera around, Dave. Okay, new subscribers. This is my first part of my room that is AC controlled. It's nice with AC, no heat, but I can get a little space heater to put in here in the winter, which is not bad because it's well insulated. Anywho, we have a layout that comes through the wall. It's a river scene. Comes to the corner of that and it comes around 18.5 feet to this corner here, okay? Basically a loop with a turntable with around 8 tracks, okay? Still have to add a track here, going here. I need to get to work. I know. I don't even have a freaking excuse at this point. Going back into here, I have a concrete yard that I did with plaster, drywall plaster. Would not recommend doing it with drywall plaster, whereas it does work, but it's just harder to shift around, especially when you're trying to keep things nice and neat and tidy. So if I do it again, it will be with a plaster, like the regular Paris of plaster, okay? Nothing special up in here other than the concrete yard and the 2 shops here, okay? Question I had the other day about a DCC hookup. This is predominantly DCC, this layout, okay? But it can be run on DC also. So what I would do when I do my DC stuff, when I hook it up, I just kill all the power to this, so nothing back feeds into this, and I take my DC controller, flop it right in here, and there's 2 feeder wires that I hook up to my track, right? So keep in mind, if you do that, you want to keep your DCC system shut off with track power here and power to the control box here, okay? So again, you want to isolate this completely. I know they have a new fancy way where to do it on 1 switch. I do not trust that, so I just keep it with 2 toggles here and isolating it completely with the DC hookup. So if I would have to make it permanently, I would definitely put my DC into here and put it on its own toggle here and leave this the way it is. Because I don't want no problems. I don't want to burn or fry anything up. Almost did it the other day, but that's what I would do if it was me. Built a train shelf that I want to put a screw here and a screw here also, and put a rubber band. So I just come right here, undo my rubber band, pull my locomotive out, put it back, put my rubber band again, right? What happens now if I kick this on accident, I'm assuming some of these locos will come crashing off this shelf, which I do not want. $300 locos, I don't think I want them hitting the floor, which I already did. In fact, I believe it was 3134 that hit the floor. Yeah, I think so. I could still see some glue remnants down in here. Have a video of that. Check it out on my channel. Of course, there's Vader. I still need to get his suit. As you know, I am a Star Wars fan. Switching on to the back of the shelf, I have my 3D printer here, which I did not fire up in a while. I quite miss it. It is a filament printer. It does what I need. I printed a bunch of UFO stuff for my UFO scene inside my mountain, which I am neglecting right now, and I need to get back to it, right? Having a huge layout, you have a lot to do, right? There's my lovely American flag. And there's the corner of that curve coming all the way through this wall. Before we leave this room, we're gonna walk over here, catch you guys up to speed. Started this about a month and a half ago, maybe a little bit better. Finished it within that time frame for my big boy, okay? I wanted to take this $700 to Loco and dedicate it to its own line so I can run it and just have a good time seeing it flow onto my camera here on this track when I do my lives and everything. Would like to put some lights in here coming up, but predominantly this track is made for my big boy. Doesn't mean that I will not run any of those beauties later. You know, it can run anything. This is the Digitrax that I got the other day. It's $100. It was used. It's a little complicated to use, but I really like it. But I'm not going to go as far as saying I like this over my NCE. I love my NCE. NCE is my favorite. It's very robust. What I haven't done to this NCE, and it's still kicking. Not because I said that it's going to go out. So another thing I've been doing that's been very important to me is modifying HO scale locomotives. These 3 DC locomotives I built in the past 3 or 4 days. I've been having a lot of fun doing it. We're going to start with this one, for instance. This one is just an Athearn frame that I cut the body on here, and I implemented this Varney motor or Pico motor back here. So I milled all this out on my mill in my machine shop, and I bolted this motor in a way that this motor will swing back and forth. Very cool contraption. Whereas you can see I got it like a lowrider right now. Love the way it looks. Gives it a classic vibe. But the biggest thing with it, the motor is very weak. It'll run, but it overheats, this motor. Because it's such an older motor, and I'm sure it's been used, and it's done did its time. But it still works, and I love the way this one came out. This one, a while back, I burned. I literally caught this locomotive on fire. This shell is a new shell that I just put on this. The inner workings on the inside of this locomotive with these drive shafts were all melted. So the big box of parts I got the other day, they had these drive shafts in it. It is an Athearn, I think it's a blue box. But as you can see, the initial burns on the wires where it caught on fire in a way that melted these drive shafts and body. So we got this fixated back on it, and she's up and running. This one was a gearbox I've been having for a RC, and again I machined a base for it, bolted it through an Athearn body. So there's 2 screws into here. Did it right. I milled out the slots in here so it'll set the big gear that's in here. Modified these drive shafts to work on this part here because it was such a smaller shaft. So I tapped the hole bigger, put a bigger grub. I didn't have to do nothing on this end, and so forth and so on this. So there you have it, my 3 latest creations I've been doing. I got to get back to making more log cars and getting more scale stuff done also. So let's go check out the back layout. You guys caught up on speed with that, and we'll be out of here. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I got a lot of videos of this layout being built all the way from the beginning when I started a while back. From here to here, you're looking around 16 foot wide. You're looking around 22, 23, 24 foot in with this radius here. This is a double main line. So you have a line that goes around the Devil Mountain in the back coming across the fish bridge. And then you have a line coming around this mountain going underneath the back of the layout, coming all the way around into this radius here into the metal industry yard. As you know, layouts are built through time. I got a lot left to do in here, and I'm taking it a little bit at a time. That's a big thing to do when you have a layout like this. Take your time, slowly get it done, and it will get done one day. And the line comes from my office through my machine shop and into here. So there you have it, guys. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour, everything I've got with this large layout to this point. Especially if you're new, you can see where we're at. And we just have a lot more stuff coming up as building kits and tightening down scenery, cleaning the layout. Always, you know, when you do this, you have to clean, 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 clean. It never goes away. So please like and subscribe if you found this helpful and you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.